Hey everybody, it's me, Hetty, and what I'm about to make for you is my mama's classic Southern style peach cobbler. If you have ever wanted an authentic peach cobbler recipe, then look no further, because you just found one. You can't get any more classic Southern cobbler than this one. It makes me feel closer to my mother. If you've been with the channel a long time, then you know that my mama passed in September 2017, and I miss her every single day. So when I'm making this, I'm thinking of the times we made it together. I'm thinking of the times when I was a kid and I made it the first time. I still have that memory, and all the other times I made it together with her. And then as I got older, making it on my own. And I just wanted to share this with y'all. I've had this in my repertoire, so to speak, for a very long time. I've got hundreds of good recipes, and I rotate them out. You know, we go through stages, things we eat. We have some of our regular stuff, and then we have stuff we just make, and it makes you appreciate it all the more. So, you know, you don't need cobbler every day, you know. Yep, those scales will not like peach cobbler every day, especially a la mode. But anyway, I do want to share this, and let's get to making my mama's classic Southern style peach cobbler. One more thing, do me a favor. If you do like this content, or you have liked a couple of my other videos, and you really think that I could be helping you on this channel, do me a favor, just take a moment right now, hit that like button. I think it's right around here. And then also take a moment, and if you really like me and you like some of my content, and go a step further and click that subscribe right down there. And I genuinely appreciate it. Look, I'm trying to keep this channel going. I have had health issues off and on the last few years, and it makes me stagnant, and I have to kind of crawl back out of the hole. And I am trying my best to do that. And with your help, it will get me there. I need to get more views to get me better in the search engine. So I'm asking you, do me a favor. If you do like my videos, please just take a minute and hit that like. Comment, please. I would appreciate it. And don't attack me personally, but you're welcome to comment. And yes, I know my house is filthy. Pollen is everywhere. My car, even though my car is black, it's green right now with pollen, everything. My sinuses are haywire. So yes, I know I need to pressure wash my porch and my house. But right now, we're gonna make some peach cobbler, aren't we? Okay, I will see you on the flip side, or the flip side, whichever one. Flip side, maybe it's this way. When I record, sometimes the phones flip one way, sometimes flip the other, so I never, you know which way to go. I think it's this way. So join me. Let me show you how to make my mama's Southern style peach cobbler classic. And then maybe you'll feel a piece of my heart that fills my mother's heart in me. Okay, see you on the flip side. Oh yes, I had to stop. It's melted a little bit. It's gonna still be good. It's so warm and good. I had a taste test. Let's make it. Hey everybody, it's me, Hetty, and I am going to show you. My mama was such a good cook. Such a good cook. My daddy was a great cook. Both my grandmothers were good cooks. My one grandmother, she could do fancy smancy stuff and plain old stuff too. I learned growing up, if you've been watching my channel a long time, I have shared this with you before. But this is I've tried a million peach cobblers, and I always come back to one thing, and that is my mama's Southern peach cobbler. I mean, I like to do them with pie crust even, but to me, that's more of a peach pie. It's excellent, but this is an actual cobbler. So anyway, we're going to get started here. Let me cut my fire on. And what I have here is 5 cups. I'm using frozen peaches, if I can talk. For the record, folks, I guess we all know it's not the time of year for fresh peaches. If it was, I'd be using them. But guess what? I'm not above. I've used canned, and I've used frozen, and I've used fresh. And the one common denominator for all of it is so roll your eyes in the back of your head good. All right, so I've got 5 cups of peaches in there, frozen peaches. 1 cup of water. And to this I am adding 3/4 of a cup of sugar. Now, in all honesty, I know y'all aren't gonna believe it, but I am out of brown sugar. Y'all know I make my own brown sugar, and I didn't realize I was out because I told y'all pick your battles. I most certainly would have picked me up a bag, but I didn't know I was out. I have just a smidgen. I might try to throw it in with the batter. But anyway, we're gonna let this get going. And also I have a teaspoon of cinnamon. That's optional if you just hate cinnamon, but to me it's not, you know, any good without the cinnamon in it. And this is cornstarch. I'll have all the measurements down below. This is 2 teaspoons, by the way, 2 teaspoons, but I was trying to get ahead of myself. I always put all the measurements down below. And to that, I'm gonna let this get to simmering pretty good first before I add this in. And then I'll add it in, just a couple of minutes, not much. And over here, now I'm gonna put this back in right before I'm ready to pour the batter in. But this is on, I had this was just an old stick of butter. Stick of butter. I put that in that pan, and I had the oven on preheating 350, and I just let it do its thing. It took, I don't know, 6.5 minutes, something like that. Then I pulled it out and I'll put it back in for about another minute when I'm finally ready. All right, that's starting to want to do something. So in the meantime, I'm going to let this do its thing, and then I'm going to let it do its thing for about a minute or so, and then we'll move over and I'll mix up the batter. This is so deceivingly simple. You can mix, if you've got everything in the house, you can mix this up and be eating it in less than 45 minutes. I'm talking start to finish. Probably less than that if you want to eat it real hot. I like to let mine sit for about 10 minutes. But if you don't want to do that, you'll probably be eating in 35, 40 minutes. It takes anywhere from, depending on your oven, it takes in between 30 and 35 minutes for it to bake in the oven at 350. So, having said that, when something's getting to going, I'll bring you right back. Alrighty, I'm about to add this cinnamon and cornstarch in. Get this cornstarch out. Being stubborn. Now, I'm not trying to boil this. Now, I want to make a mention to you. Now, that looks lumpy, but it's going to work itself out. Don't worry. I've made this way too many times. Okay, so I want to mention something to you. If you have fresh peaches and they're naturally sweet and it's peach season, you'll back way off on that sugar. Okay, but frozen peaches, they have a great flavor. They just are not naturally sweet like a fresh picked peach that you get. And I would say Georgia peach, but where I'm from, the Ruston peaches are excellent. In Louisiana, the Ruston peaches are excellent. But I'm going to tell you, the last few years, I don't know, Georgia might be needing to lose this Georgia peach title, because I'm going to tell you, the Georgia peaches have not been holding a candle to the South Carolina peaches. Yeah, I said it. Yes, I said it. I live in Georgia and I still said it. All right, so, just kidding, y'all. But seriously, you'll have to doctor up your frozen peaches. Now, if you were using canned peaches, what you would do is you'd have 2 fat 28-ounce cans. You could use heavy syrup, whatever you want to do, but you'll need a little sweetness in there. So what I do is, if I do make it, I use heavy syrup. I drain 1 can completely, and then I use the peaches together with just the juice of the 1 can. Okay. All right, now I think I cut that down a little bit too low. I'm gonna let this start doing its thing, And I'm going to move the camera and we're going to go over there and start doing the batter. I'm going to let you see how simple it is. And about a minute, minute and a half before I'm ready to pour the batter, I'm going to put the pan back in the oven. I don't want to burn my butter. I want my butter completely melted. I want it hot, but I don't want it burnt. So let's move over to the little tiny butcher block prep table and mix up the batter. Alrighty, so I've just got regular old mixing bowl. And to this is 1.5 cups of just regular flour. If you feel the need to use self-rising, knock yourself out. But if you do that, I'm using 1 tablespoon of baking powder, just 1 even tablespoon of baking powder. But if you're going to use self-rising, just knock that down to about, add a teaspoon. You want that fluff of that batter, that, you know, the cobbler coming up, it's going to come up over the peaches, and you want that. So I'm using regular flour, so I'm using a tablespoon, even, not rounded. Take a butter knife, or, now I grew up, my mama used Clabber Girl. I use Clabber Girl because I cook like my mama did, naturally. And I also cook like my daddy did, and I cook how my grandmothers did. So, and my aunts, they had some good recipes too. All right, you know, baking powder, you see this, you wonder why it's got this kind of half moon shape. Well, that's so you can level your spoon. You put it on there, then you just pull it, and then it's already level. You don't have to use a butter knife. But if you're using something else, just get you a butter knife. I also have some of my cinnamon sugar that I will sprinkle over the top when we're done. Okay, and now for this, I have 1 cup going in here. That's 1.5 cups of flour, 1 cup of sugar, and that was 3/4 cup. I'll have to look at the footage. I think I may have said a cup, but it's 3/4 cup of sugar going in there. Now, as I said before, I usually use half white, half brown sugar. I was out, wasn't going back out, too exhausted, not doing it. Wasn't even sure if I was going to make it today. So this is what we're working with. Use what you have, right? All right, so in goes the baking powder. I already talked about that. I got a half teaspoon of salt. Need a little salt. You don't want it tasting bland. You want it to taste good. All right, now in goes 1 cup of Carnation, or pet, as Mama called it, pet milk. Carnation, evaporated, not Eagle brand, not the sweetened condensed, just regular evaporated milk. Now, if you don't have evaporated milk and you don't want to go buy a can, by all means, just use a cup of milk. Not gonna hurt anything. I'm literally making the way my mama did though, okay? So when I make cobbler, I make it like she did. And like I said, I have tried a million, quote, southern peach cobblers, and none of them are as good as my mama's, not a one of them. Okay, so wasn't that easy? That's all she wrote. That is all she wrote. So that's ready to go. So now I'm gonna move back over and go check on the peaches. You wanna come with me? In between shots, I went ahead and put the pan back into the oven, okay, with the melted butter. And as you can see, we're definitely cooking with gas. Figuratively and in reality, we are cooking with gas, aren't we? And yes, I know my stove's a mess. I only have so much energy, folks. And the kids help, but they just had stuff going on the last couple of days, so I have to do stuff, and I need to do stuff myself. I'm trying to build my energy back up. All right, so I'm gonna call this good, cutting the fire off. I'm gonna leave that in. I've got 1 more minute. I'm putting it in about 1.5 minutes. We'll pull that pan out and we will go to the next step. So I'm gonna move the camera back over there so I can get the pan ready so I can pour the batter up for you. All righty. Now that pan is hot. I just pulled it out. So that butter's hot. This is very hot. And in goes, let me get my spatula. I call him Red. I'm making a mess. All right, had to clean up a little tiny mess. Didn't want to get down a hand. Okay, so here we go. In goes our batter. And as y'all know, I've already said this and we'll say it one more time. Always have the recipe down below. I'm way behind on comments, y'all. I read them. They make me very happy. It's just I'm overwhelmed trying to answer them. Now, here's what you got to do. Don't touch that batter. Alrighty, one of the keys is to not, I repeat, do not mess with the batter. And now, so I'm about, I don't know, the first time I'm going to make, she's going to let me make peach cobbler. Now she's with me the whole time because I'd never done it before. Now I want you to look at that beautiful, ooh, that's pretty. Anyway, you want a cobbler, it's not going to be thick like a pie filling. That's a little bit different. You want this, that juice is what's going to help to bring that batter up over it. It's just so good. You'll just have to try it. But look, I was going to just pour it in like that. She said, whoa, stop. And had to get me a spoon like this. She didn't strain it separate. There was no reason for that. But she'd take a spoon and go around and scatter them carefully. Just spoon them on top. Try not to disturb the batter very much at all. Just kind of come and fill in. See how it goes up around the peaches because the peaches are on the heavy side. And then what you do is you just try to evenly place them out. And with this kind, a lot of cobblers call for you to dot it with butter on top. When you do it this way, with this stick of butter, there's no need for any of that. Then you come up. We like a lot of peaches in ours. A lot of people just use 1 pound, which is about 4 cups. But we always use 5 cups. Of course, back then we always had a lot of fresh peaches. We like it like that. Wouldn't be peach cobbler if I didn't make it like that. And the tradition continues. My sons and my husband, and if you have been a viewer, you know my husband's from Ohio. It's not like he grew up eating peach cobbler like that. You know, they had stuff like peach pie and stuff, but it's a little bit different. Not that peach pie is not good. Then you come along, and this is hard to do on camera with this tripod in my way. I usually try to go around to the edge, but I'm having a little bit of trouble. I usually try to keep it around to the edge. I'll try to go at it this way. See right there? Yeah, I did better on that side. And I'll come around here and do the end. Do this end. Have to turn around a little bit. Oh yeah, look at that syrup. In essence, when you're doing it this way and you're adding in the cornstarch and everything, you're making it, and the sugar and the water, you're making a thickened, simple syrup. Pardon me, I'm putting that in the sink. Got enough of a mess to clean up. All right, y'all. So look here. Ooh, that's still hot. I hate it when I don't have a thing. Okay, there you go. I straightened it up. Start checking it at 30 minutes. And it's done usually in between, in my oven, it's in between 32 and 34 minutes. It kind of just depends on the peaches, depends on the batter, and all little variants. So just start checking it. I doubt it's going to be done more like about 32 minutes. So you don't want to pull it out too soon. It'll be doughy. And then it's still going to be hot when you pull it out. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's just put it in first, okay? Well, I almost forgot something. This is my cinnamon sugar, like I told y'all. I'll just keep it in these bottles. I get these bottles off Amazon. I use them for everything. You know, I make so many rubs and spices. I use them for that. But I come on, and what I do is I have it fixed. I don't know if you can see that. These holes are a little too big, so I only have one open, so I can control it a little better. Then I just come across, this is optional, but to me, This is the same cinnamon sugar my mama used to make. You know, we'd have cinnamon toast. Loved cinnamon toast when she'd make it. And then later on, we made it ourselves. All right. So that's it. Now it's going to go in the oven. Okay, then we'll forget that. Okay, guys. I'm going to show you it bubbling. Look at that bubbling. Num, num, num. It was right at 34 minutes for me. Again, is your oven hot? Does it run slow? You're just going to have to keep looking. It's not like a cake. You can't, with the ooey gooey peach in there, you can't just, you know, put a butter knife down in there like you would a cake. So, but I'm telling you, in between, you'll know if it's, you know, and if you have to, just do like this on the edges, and you'll know if it's done. You could probably stick a knife down here in the corners and see. I'm going to let mine rest for 10 minutes. Trust me, it will still be very warm waiting on that ice cream. I'll see you in 10 minutes when I dish you up some. Now, I know y'all are ready for some. I got a husband and kids standing in line too, so I'm going to wrap this up because they're driving me crazy. All right, look. Just going to come in. Uh-oh. Whoa, let me get my hot pack because I know that's still hot. But I've got it on this trivet. I think I'm just going to slide it off the trivet. All right. I had to move that trivet, y'all. Okay. You're just going to come in. I want you to see how easy this comes out. Oh, yes. I hope you can see that steam. Can you see that steam? I hope you can. Please, camera, pick up that steam. Look at this. Here, I'll try to get a close-up. I tried to show you the steam. I won't know until I edit the footage if it showed up. I can see it crazy here. But y'all, I can tell y'all, oh, look at this. Oh, I'm telling y'all, so good. Look, perfect. It's perfect every time. My sweet mama's peach cobbler. I never make it when I'm not thinking about her. And of course, would it be cobbler without a scoop of vanilla ice cream? Peach cobbler a la mode. I hope I gave y'all some tips and stuff, and I hope you're going to make this, and I hope you're going to enjoy it. Again, I'll have all the instructions below, and if you did like this video, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, thumbs up for the Hey Hetty lady. Okay? Num, 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 num. Well, are you speechless? Let me tell you one thing. If you take a bite of that, that's roll your eyes in the back of your head. Off the hook good. I'm not just saying that just because I made it. I am sincerely telling y'all this is a home run recipe. So whenever you make it. Now look, like I said in the video, sometimes I use frozen, I've used canned. In the summer, of course, when it's peach season, I'm going to use fresh. But in the meantime, you can almost get there with frozen. So do that. Go get you a bag. You should have everything else in your kitchen, I bet. What do you bet? But you go to the store and you get you a bag. I get me 2 bags. And because we put more peaches in ours. I don't go with 1 pound. We go a little over. About 1 1/4 pounds. At least. So I'd have to look at my measurements, double check that, and according to the bag. And I don't know, you might be able to get a 2-pound bag where you are. I really don't know. But anyway, you should have everything. Oh, you might have to get you some ice cream. Yep, you might have to do that. But other than that, you've got everything you need right there in that house. All right? Cook it. Bake it. Cook those peaches up. Bake that cobbler. Comment. Let me know how you liked it. I really would love to know. And again, like I asked in the beginning, I sincerely hope you click like and subscribe. For me, I really need it. I'm sorry. It seems like somebody left the barn door with this traffic, but I don't know what's going on. Not normally this kind of traffic going on. Anyway, somebody must be having a party. I don't know. Not on a Tuesday, though. All right. I'll see y'all next time. And I love y'all. And I'll see you in the next video. You want to know what I'm making? See, your reward for watching this all the way to the credits is you're going to know what the next video is, and they won't. The ones that just left, they won't know. I'm doing my classic, again, Southern style. I've got my own rub. I've got my barbecue sauce. You'll know how easy it is. I'm making a pork butt, y'all, in the oven. Yes, I love to smoke them, but my grill isn't all ready, and y'all know I'm still trying to recoup, and I do not have the energy for all that. So guess what? When I still want some pulled pork and I don't have any in the freezer or anything, guess what I do? I use the oven. So there's your reward. Southern style pulled pork coming up in the next video. I'll see you next time. Bye.